I'm Bernice.
Hi, I'm Stephen.
And together we are friends of God's love to the nations. And our purpose for this video is to give an overview on our 2022 project and how God has used you to help transform lives.
And you know, our focus is helping the broken and the hurting, as our reference scripture is Matthew 28, the verse 18 to 19. And Jesus came and said unto them, all power in heaven and earth has been given unto me. Therefore go ye and preach the word, baptizing them in the name of the Father, the Son, and the power of the Holy Spirit, commanding them to do same. And it's having many arms. God's love to the nations is having many arms that we are working with. Number one on the list is the help. That is in helping those facing natural disasters, and that of father to the fatherless, which is focusing on the fatherless, and that of the feminine, which is focusing on strengthening the female child.
We have the free, that's the prison outreach, the I am able for the disabilities, those with disabilities, and we have educational funds to help people with education, and we have the Look Up Child to help kids, give them hope.
Oh yes, and then last on the list is the torchbearers, which is to helping missionaries in the field, to help them stand strong. And though all these arms have started working, but not all of them are functional. So we are hoping to get them working powerfully in the future.
We thank God for our 4 major projects this 2022, which focus on Northern Waves with donations, crusades and outreach, and the solar light system in the Upper East and Upper West regions, with our prison outreach in Western region, Central and Greater Accra region, and the last one with the food distributions in some parts of Greater Accra region, which is Shashi and 37.
Zooming into the Northern Wave, which happened in the Upper East region in Boko municipality, we did crusades, and we did it in 4 nights, which we chose major communities that can make its surroundings gather, because there are other major communities around the community we chose. So Sapiga, we have communities, sub-communities around it which gathered. Guzongo, Kare, and then Sapelka. They all gathered in the major communities that we chose. And we have a lot of people who gathered in each community that we chose for the crusades. And in these crusades, we had over 700 people who gave their life to Christ with following of miracles. People were having heart diseases were healed. People who had chest problems, people who have leg issues with their legs, people who have medical issues, medical reports were healed, and marvelously the gospel was preached, and a lot was added to the church, as it is said in Acts 2 verse 47. After the crusades, we also did, aside the crusades, we also did market outreach. Many people also gather in their market days because they have their specific market days that they gather. So we did outreach on the market day, and also door-to-door evangelism. People are introverts in that community because they find it very difficult to accept Christ openly. So as we went to door-to-door outreach, we had a lot of people who gave their life to Christ and was able to come out and even follow up in our crusades. And we also did schools outreach. In the schools outreach, we shared books or learning materials, which happened from KG to the upper primary and even to JHS, because they were not having enough learning materials which they can use for their learning activity which happens during their schools. Some of them were not even having shoes, and they were happy that we shared shoes, and you can't even help the smiles on their face because it was so touching to them. And also we shared feminine case, and also did education on the feminine case for how they can use them. And from there we moved to the clinic. In the clinic we shared skills, one to the midwifery and one to the Sapelka clinic. And we also shared test kits with other health instruments to help them test hepatitis B, malaria, and then diabetes, which a lot of them did the test, and we even have a feedback from them, and they were even requesting for drugs. And from there we went to a community called Bollinger, where we shared diapers to the nursing mothers, and we did a mass community health screening where we had a lot of people. We couldn't even finish them because they really have issues, but they couldn't come around, or they most of the time they cannot also go to the hospital because it's not free for them, or they can't afford the bills. So we had it free, and they also gathered to have their tests, which we did for them. Upon the medical screening in the communities, we also had opportunity to preach to them as they have gathered for their medical screening, and we had many who gave their life to Christ.
We went to the BEC camp where the students were gathered. There were about 230 students who were learning to partake in the BEC. So we had a conversation with them, we encouraged them, and we gave them learning materials to help them write their BEC. And the females that were part of them, we empowered them. That's the livelihood empowerment. Like we taught them how to use flour to do flour chips, and so that they will be able to do it and sell them when they are done with schools, so they won't travel to the south to go and look for jobs. We went on to visit a clinic with mothers that just gave birth, and we gave them diapers and feminine kits. And in the latter part of the year, we went to Upper East region, Saprega, to give out lamps, solar lamps to the community, a community we realized during our August project that they didn't have light. We gave out lamps to them. That's 100 pieces of lamps to them. And in Upper West region, that is in Akko, we gave out pieces, same 100 pieces of lamps to them as well, and their neighboring villages.
And following that is the prison outreaches, which happen in Central Region, Greater Accra, and Western Region. And in the Western Region, we focus on 3 major prisons: Takwa Prison, Sekondi Central Prison for males, and Sekondi Female Prison, and Ekwasi prisons.
Went on to Central Region, Ankavu Prison for Communicable Diseased Persons, and Greater Accra Region, Senior Correction Center for people up to the age of 21.
And we crown it all with street food distribution, which happened in the 37 and that of Shashi streets. And we had a lot of people who are in the street and beggars who gathered and received the food.
So kindly look out for our 2023 projects, which includes building of schools, education, outreach, hospitals, medical screening, and crusades.
And not forgetting, let me also let you know about our major project, which is happening 2023, and it's called Highways and Byways, focusing on preaching in the streets and having church on the streets. Look out for our numbers and ways of contacting us below.
Together we want to say thank you very much.
And may God bless you.
See you in 2023.